Hello guys, GamersZone101 here. So this is going to be a little bit different from my videos in the past. I had some footage of me playing the Left Behind mode in Last of Us Part 2. I think that's what the mode is called. And I wanted to post it because I'm a sellout and my last Last of Us video got a lot of fucking views. But I felt like that mode got really boring after a while and it just wasn't an entertaining video for you guys. So I wasn't gonna post it. But then I started watching the newer episodes of the Last of Us TV show and I wanted to do another video of me reviewing that show. And I haven't really made a video like that before. So I thought, how can I do a review video and still make it seem entertaining? So I decided to kind of combine the two videos. So that's what this video is about. If you guys want to see more videos such as this, put down in the comments and hope you guys enjoy it. I don't usually do these types of things. I'm not most critical or anything, but I just got finished catching up on that show and I just want to put my thoughts out on the table. I understand just realistically, I guess, why the show got so much hate, but I can't really go into detail about that subject because I don't have social media, and social media is a black hole of just incels and no one wants to go on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram at all because I feel like the world would be a better place. But anyways, I digress. People don't like the show, I'm assuming because it's woke, because it has a lot of woke culture in it. I'm just going to say, Last of Us, it's literally labeled on Steam as LGBTQ. So so if you don't expect there to be woke culture, I'm sorry, you're kind of a moron. So that shouldn't be a reason that people are hating on this show. And if people hate on this show because it's a bad adaptation, have you seen the Halo show? This show is, The Last of Us show is not a bad adaptation. It's actually really good, and obviously in season 2, it covers the part 2 of the game, and it goes off script a lot, which catches you off guard, but I honestly kind of like that because it feels like I'm watching The Last of Us story for the first time. And even the parts where it's direct carbon copy from the game, dialogue lines and everything, I still like that because it's respecting the original material, and I also feel like I'm kind of watching the story from a different point of view. I feel like I'm watching The Last of Us from like a real life graphics point of view. I'm going to start this off with episode 2, I believe. No, 3. Because that's where stuff really kind of started to take off. Obviously, we saw Joel die, which spoilers, I guess. But if you're clicking on this video, I assume you know everything. We saw Joel die. That was really sad, and I don't want to cover that because I'm myself crying. So, one of the things that was different was that they held an actual council meeting in Jackson to decide who will go to Seattle to get revenge on Joel. And obviously, the town didn't agree, so Ellie and Dina decided to go off on their own. Something that I loved is during that meeting, we found out that Seth, the old man Cranky the asshole from the game that made fun of Dina and Ellie kissing, he actually stood up for Ellie to go to Seattle and get revenge, which I fucking love that because it adds so much depth to a character in the game that we were supposed to hate because he's an old cranky asshole. I love how Neil Druckmann decided to add so much more depth into characters that they really didn't have to. It shows that he actually cares about the world and wants to express it properly. We get past that, right? We're in Seattle, and I'm not going to cover everything because it's mainly just like the game. So play the game or watch my playthrough on it. Link can be down in the description. Or I do want to cover when Dina finds out Ellie is immune. So obviously, instead of spores, because the show doesn't really deal with spores, because spores is kind of an unrealistic thing, Ellie gets bit in front of her, saving her from an infected. And you see a lot of struggle in Dina, because Dina was going to obviously shoot Ellie because she thought that Ellie was going to turn. When Ellie was like, no, don't shoot me, I'm immune. I'll sit over here, you can watch me during the night, and if I turn, shoot me, but I guarantee you, I won't turn. That's basically what Ellie said. Obviously, when she didn't turn, Dina believed it, because, I mean, if you see someone that got bit and the bite mark doesn't look like it's infected at all and she's perfectly normal, why won't you believe something like that? So then Dina says that she's pregnant, and they fuck. That's that detail was a little bit interesting, because I feel like that's not where the love scene should have happened. They just found out that Ellie's immune, Dina is pregnant, and they both lied to each other for however long. But yet, when they finally found out, instead of being mad or standoffish toward each other, they immediately embrace in coitus. So that was a little bit strange to me, but I mean, I won't let that dissuade me from watching the show, obviously. We hear that, they hear on the radio that, of Noah's location. They triangulate her location, the proper way to get there, and they have to go through a building full of stalkers. They found out that that one room that they had to go through is full of stalkers. And Ellie's like, Dina, hide in this chained room, because I can get bit as much as I want, and you can't. So listen to me. That's what she said. Dina goes, and Ellie is fighting off the stalkers. And when the stalkers start overpowering her, guess who shows up to save the day? Fucking Jesse. Jesse shows up, saves the day from the infected. They run away from impending danger of WRF. They end up in the park where they see scars for the first time. And by the way, the scars, they did a very good job depicting the Seraphites or scars as religious fanatics. They did a very good job at that. They literally included the hanging up of the one dude and cutting off his body so his tendrils can just all split out, which I don't understand special effects wise how they do that. I feel like I should, because I'm a film student, but I don't. But that was very well done. Eventually, Dina gets shot with an arrow, so Jesse takes Dina away back to the theater, and Ellie's on her own. Ellie finds a way to get to the hospital to get to Noah, and she takes it. And this is the part where I fucking loved, and I kind of had a revelation about it too. So she sees Noah, and the entire scene after that was carbon copy from the game, down to dialogue. The chase scene even was carbon copy, when the other WF would see Ellie and start shooting at her, and what Ellie would shout to Noah, carbon copy from the game. And when in the game, if you remember, Ellie and Noah fall down a hole into spores, right? And in the show, obviously there's no spores. However, that's not true. There were spores down in the lower depths of the hospital, which they went. They even added the fact that the infected that were stuck in the wall, they were breathing out the spores, which shows the whole concept of a new evolution. They showed a little like teaser of the Rat King too, which I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I mean, they pulled off a bloater, which okay, but I feel like the Rat King is an entirely new, different thing that I don't know how they're going to pull that shit off. But we're probably going to see that in the next season, because I imagine the next season is covering all of Abby's journey. So, or that's kind of what I heard. So that's going to probably be a while till we actually see the Rat King. That was really cool. And when Ellie started doing her little torture scene on Noah, gave me chills down my spine, because it confirmed a revelation that I had when I played Part 2 for the first time. I said this a little bit when I played Part 2, the permadeath one, which I have on my channel, linked down in the description below. Noah said everything that Joel did at the hospital. And Ellie went, I know, I don't care. And she proceeded to start just whacking Noah with the lead pipe. But that confirmed my suspicions that everything in the game that Ellie did was not only to get revenge on Joel, but to understand him as well. At the end of the game, she finally understands what causes a person to turn into a monster, what causes a person to pursue vengeance and to pursue violence was love, basically. She finally understands why Joel did what he did at the hospital, was to save her. And she doesn't really understand that until the very end, when she went through all this violence throughout the game. She realizes that if she would have killed Abby at the end of the game, that would have kept the violence train going. And that's eventually why Joel died, is because he never truly stopped when it counted. And this opens up a little pathway for Ellie, because she finally understands Joel's pain. She understands Joel's character, of why he was such standoffish and overprotective of her. I think she finally had a revelation of that in the show very early on, when she was torturing Noah, is because at the very end of the episode, and she saw Joel alive, walking into her room. And that's why Ellie started torturing Noah, is because she understood Joel. She understood what Joel did at the fire. She understood what Joel did to the Fireflies. They kind of had a bit, and Ellie and him kind of had a bit of a spiritual connection there. That's why Ellie did what she did to Noah, is because she knew that in that situation, Joel would do the exact same thing. She was channeling Joel's anger and Joel's personality through her. It's like Joel was helping her through that whole scenario. I don't know if this is making any sense to literally any of you, because I'm not a conversationalist. But I just wanted to cover my thoughts on this, and if you have any other questions on my thoughts, I'll be down in the comments. But that's it, and see you guys in the next video.